All right, it's good.
Alive?
You were alive. You gotta be like, hey, this is Mike South. I'm the pool pickers.
This is Mike South, and I'm the pool picker's dad. What's up, everybody? Hey, look, we're going to, actually, it's been really cool having the boys do that each week. They get into it. They love it. I know there's a couple weeks they couldn't do it, but I wanted to go live and just kind of film here for you guys how the playoffs is going to work, because it's a little bit different than, the regular pick sheets. So once we have one more week 17 next week, and then which it'll still be status quo, just like we're doing now. But then once the playoff starts, instead of whoever has the most correct number of picks, it's going to go to whoever has scored the most points. So keep that in mind. And the way that you score points, total points, is based on picking the right team, but with a spread. Okay, I'm going to give you an example, and this is just something we kind of put together real quick. This is what the pick sheet is going to look like when the playoffs start. This is a mock pick sheet sample for the wild card weekend. All right, so basically it's going to say, all games are. I've looked already. Some of the times are to be determined still, but the games are all on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. While they call it wild card weekend, I guess. So the running total, it'll have that amount on there. It's not finalized yet because we still got 1 week, and actually this number's wrong even. We're right now we're standing at $545, and then we got 1 more week to accumulate, this week 17. So this is what the team options will look like. So you're gonna have, this is an example here. I picked the Jaguars against the Chargers. Okay. If this ever happens in the next decade, that would be amazing. But it could with Herbie. It could with Herbie and Trevor Lawrence. Hey, we could have a Herbie Trevor Lawrence wild card in a few years. You never know. So you would pick, okay, first you would decide who do I think is going to win, right? And then you've got options of they're going to win by 3 or more, 5 or more, 7 or more, 9 or more, or 11 or more, okay? And then you got those same 5 options for the Chargers. So you make your pick, and the way it's going to work, I'm just going to say I think the Jags will win by at least 5. Okay, whoops. I'm not actually in the selection thing. How do I hit the back button? Darn it. I knew that was going to happen. Sorry about that. A little technical difficulty. Let me get right back where I'm at here. Okay, so back to where we're at. So say I think it's going to be Jacksonville's going to win by at least 5. I would select that. Now, if they win by 5 or more, you'll score 5 points. If they win by 20, you're going to score 5 points if that's what you selected. Okay. If you selected Jacksonville plus 7 and they win by 20, you'll score 7 points. Okay. I think everybody's kind of catching on. Now, if you select Jacksonville plus 5 and they win by 4 points, you get 0 points. Nothing. I was told this is kind of similar to the Terry Bradshaw pick 6 thing, if anybody's participated in that. The only difference, you don't get a point for picking the right team. You just get points based on what your spread you selected. One thing to note, and this is very important, if you pick Jacksonville plus 3 and they win by 1 or 2, you will get the 3 points. Okay. As we have less teams moving forward in the divisional round, we'll have less, and then the conference championship will be down to 4 teams, and then of course the Super Bowl, there's only 2. You're going to have more options. Okay. So I start off with these 5, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Then we're going to add in a plus 1. We'll have a plus 14 option as we go on, so that there's less chance of a tie for scoring, accumulating points. All right. So let me see. What I can click on that. Yeah, this is the example. This is how you would go through, you know, your email address. Oh, there we go. And yeah, hit next. So type in the name, Bob. All right, and then we'll go through and see that's where you'll make your selection. Let's say I think the Jags are going to win by 8, so I'm going to pick the +7 option. There's another game here we got for you, another possible matchup in 70 years from now. The Falcons, I think it's going to be close when they're going to win the last second field goal. Okay, so I'm going to pick them +3. If that comes to fruition and the Jags win by 8 and the Falcons win by 1 on a last second field goal, then I score 10 points, okay? If the Jags won by 20 and the Falcons lost, instead the Lions actually won, then I would score 7, okay? Because the Jags, even doesn't matter what they win by, if they win over my spread amount, I get those points. And then if you don't pick the right winner, you start off as a 0 right then. So you got to get the right winner of the game and then pick a spread, and that's how you'll accumulate and total your points up. I think that's about it. Anything else I need to add? Yes, there is a tiebreaker. It's still going to be the final games combined score. So you'll still go through and pick the final games combined score. In case there is a tie in accumulated points, it'll be whoever has the closest without going over will be the winner. And keep in mind, these pots are going to be higher. So like right now I was saying, we're already at $545 is what we brought over through 16 weeks. We've got one more week to accumulate that on top of that. And then we're going to divide that amount by 4 weeks in the postseason. So you got the wild card weekend, the divisional round, the conference championship, and the Super Bowl. So right now we kind of looked at it, I think at 545 divided by 4 is like $135 or somewhere around there. So each pot has been around $200, so you can assume it's going to be about I would say close to 350 is going to be each week. So and the Super Bowl could be even more. We'll talk more about that later. I'm going to do a separate video just for the Super Bowl because you can actually play more than one $8, time because you'll get tickets and it's a lot different. Let's put it that way. It'll be the points kind of system, but it'll be different because it's just one game, and so I'll explain that. But each week in the playoffs, not including the Super Bowl, is still an $8. It's still $8, okay? And, yes, you have to have played 8 weeks, participated in 8 regular season weeks to be eligible for any playoffs, including the Super Bowl. And in the playoffs, since we're not taking $1 and moving it to the playoff pot, so everybody will get. It's going to even be more than $350 now. Think about it, because everybody's going to get that. It's going to be, I will take $1 from each $8 entry basically, but then it's $7 from everybody's is going to add up to what you win plus 1/4 of the already accumulated running balance that we've been collecting through these 16 weeks and be 17 weeks after this week. So all right, I think that's about it. I think we got everything covered, guys. Good luck, and I hope you guys are having fun in the football pool.